found myself in a converted warehouse in Kentish Town, heading for a new musical experience. I was going to meet the centre's co-founder, Dr. Clive Robbins, an expert on music therapy, while we watched a group of parents and kids.
Hi, Paul. Come. Come, sit down. Okay. Oh, fine. It's great you could get here. Yes, Christopher, he used to run around the room a lot and wouldn't be contained in the group. For him to be in a group and part of it is really a big step.
Hello, Martin.
There's Martin. He really didn't take part at all at first and would cover his face with his hands, but you can see that's gone now.
Yeah.
It's nice to see you here today.
He's looking at Jane. That's where the song comes from.
Yeah. That's his mum.
Yes, and they're very pleased.
Yeah.
The father was here recently, and they were thrilled because they don't get this much response at home.
Yes.
Now, Katie won't at this stage use language. She won't try.
It's funny, actually, that my own son didn't learn sort of little bits of things to say. He suddenly came out talking. He was very quiet for a long time, and then suddenly started talking. So she's that way, only more seriously so, kind of thing.
Yes. Also, she's got really problems in articulating, in really producing fluent speech sounds.
Let's stretch, let's stretch.
And look, she's lifting. She just initiated the movement of lifting there. It's lovely for the parents to have the musical support for making this relationship that's active. Therapy depends really on a lot of good musical common sense and generosity and love. So it requires great training, really, to be a music therapist. Now we get back in the circle.
That's little Peter, isn't it?
That's
his dad there. Yeah. Saw them downstairs.
That's it. That's what you call a strawberry blonde.
Yeah.
The nice thing about Peter is that when he first began, he was so dependent on his father.
Yeah.
Anything that had to be done, he turned to his father to do it or to help him.
Yeah.
But now, as you can see, he's much more independent.
Yeah. What happens when the kids go home after a session like this?
Well, the ones that begin to sing the songs. I mean, for example, Martin does that all the time. The other thing is, it's the quality of the relationship. It's enriched here, and that goes home. See, there he is, independent of his father. Here comes Martin. Now, this kind of directness was completely impossible before. But look at his eyes on Jane. The music just enchants him.
Is Jane just making this up?
No, this is a theme that children are used to. It's kind of structures. She sings this, and each one comes in and gets the instrument they choose.
And the girls have made this music themselves?
Yeah, it's been written
for therapy.
particularly to suit the group, and the mood of it will have been composed to suit the group. Let's say it simply. Improvisation is the cutting edge of music therapy. It's what really matters.
These students are now in the last week of their training. They've been lucky, like me, to catch Clive on his annual visit to the centre.
It's really a life force. It's a force for growth, for internal change and fulfillment. And when you work with improvisation, that life force in you becomes really potent. It becomes effective in changing a life. And as the child's own musicality is aroused, he moves on to all manner of unforeseeable developments and growth. It's a marvelous age to begin with this kind of stimulation, because they need it, you know. They can't get it from life normally, generally.
I suppose the old-fashioned way was to just sort of leave them and feel sorry for them, and now it's more bring them out of their shells.
Or the doctors would say, oh, just forget this one. Have some more children.
Yeah.
You know, just write this one off.
Yes.
That's happened so much in the past. The consultants actually recommend that children come here. So there's a growing recognition of the place of music therapy, but also in early child development. Now here comes Katie. She gets, oh, she can hit a drum and a cymbal. This is good. That's great.
Yeah. And then, and boom.
Katie can play them both today. Here it is, Katie. Katie can play the drum and the cymbal. Katie can, come on, big one. Play them both to, oh yes, day.
Someone once said that if we could say in words what music says so fluently, we wouldn't need music. I think it expresses dynamics of the human personality, qualities of being, in a way that are very difficult to catch in words.
Carol, Clive's wife, is also a music therapist. The students with her are learning how to improvise.
Opera, why don't you sing to Gary?
When you begin to sing for someone else, this is a very personal kind of communication. You're saying, I want to be with you. I have a message for you, and I'm willing to give something of myself to you.
Knowing how to improvise is vital, so that you can instantly find a musical mood to match the child's mood. Take a boy like Justin, 10 years old and severely autistic. This means that impressions and messages from the outside world simply don't make sense to him. He's not unintelligent, he's just locked away in a completely private world where no one can reach him. That's why the special school he goes to has sent him here to the centre.
Here we are, Justin. Okay. We're going to go to music now. Let's leave this here. Okay.
Justin needs individual therapy, and already he's starting to come alive. Where words have failed, music has reached out and touched him. Justin's working with Sybil Beresford-Pierce, who's the director of the Nordhoff Robin Centre, and her co-therapist, Robin.
Through music, we'll be able to meet some of Justin's puzzlement, some of his frightenedness, and show him that the world is not quite such an alarming place. Justin's here today. Sing, sing, oh sing now. Justin, sing a song. I think the really important thing which we're trying to do is to use any responses he will give us to draw him into a working relationship with ourselves, which will eventually spread out into his ordinary school and home life. And we are using whatever he will do musically to achieve this end. When Justin came 5 months ago, he was totally uncoordinated. He was afraid of making any sort of contact, and he would rush around the room, and we could not get any physical contact with Justin. Now he's beginning to take some of his feelings and express them in the music.
You girls are going to have to help me out, you know. You're the experts here. I'm at a loss now. I don't know what I'm doing. I'll play. When I joined the kids, I was as nervous as I've ever been. I thought they might just scatter or show no interest at all. Do you want to touch that? Come on, Pete. Touch that. Come on, Pete. Yeah. Okay. That's good. Look at this, watch. I'll show you to do it. Look, go. Zoom, 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 zoom. But, just like my kids when they were little, they couldn't resist touching and strumming the guitar. And Peter is playing the guitar. Oh, yeah. That's very good. Very good. Bit more, please. Yeah. That's, see the big one? Look. Oh, it's a big one. And there's a little one. That's good. Good like that. Like that. Should we try a song? Yeah? We can sing. Martin can sing. Martin can sing to the guitar. Martin can sing, Martin can sing, oh, Martin can sing to the guitar. But Peter can play, Peter can play. As always, music was the bridge. And I know from my own experience that music itself can be the teacher. Peter can play. Peter can play. And Martin? Martin can do that. I had a great day with the kids. By the time I left, I was beginning to understand what music therapists are doing. They're creating music for children who have special emotional and physical needs, the kids we dismiss so easily as less than normal. But as I found out, music therapy isn't just for children. It can be used to help the brain damaged and the mentally ill of all ages.